What's going on, guys? Zeiad here on Between the Lines podcast, episode 13. I remember that podcast.
Is it 13?
Now. I think it's 13.
We got our host back. We couldn't handle the responsibility.
No, it was a good episode. I thought you guys actually did a good job. But what time did you guys?
Oh, it was late. 1 a.m.
I saw you guys finish the call and wait, it's like 2 hours or something you guys talking.
And it took time to upload it.
The grind don't stop.
Yeah. At least you guys, we got an episode out.
This is why you guys need to like, comment, and subscribe.
Please.
And it shows you who's dedicated and who's not. Wink, wink.
I needed my sleep, my beauty sleep. But no, honestly, I'm happy that we're trying to get episodes out every week. That's the goal, especially with podcasts like this. We want to try to grow, and uploading every week is the goal. So, a crazy weekend of football. Today's Sunday, but the first game on Friday, which was the Chelsea game. Obviously, Brighton went 3-0. Chelsea took 0 shots on goal for the full 90 minutes, which was pretty crazy. Maresca came out and said that was the worst performance in his tenure. We have Numman here, the Chelsea fan. What do you think? What happened? What happened to Maresca? What's going on?
Yeah, I know. I have a lot to say. It was expected. Low key. I told Wassim, okay, when we were making the predictions, I was like, Wassim, do I go with my heart or do I go with my head when I predict? Because I'm like, if I go with my heart, I'm going to sound like a clown. And I predicted 2 on Chelsea. I did not believe in it. Yeah. I genuinely did not.
You have to believe in your team. Yeah.
I did not think we were gonna score a goal. I remember looking at the thing and predicting the lineup, and I told Wassim, "Where's the goal gonna come from? There's not a single player on this pitch, including Cole Palmer right now, and it's not to do with him."
Where's Nkunku?
Listen, man.
Yo.
People can talk a lot about Nkunku, but I refuse to blame him. You saw how I was against him all season. You saw how I haven't defended him once this season, and I'm not saying in his defense, but he's not playing his position. He's not playing.
What's his position?
He's a false nine. He's attacking. He's a cam.
But was he not doing that when he's dropping?
He was dropping, but who are the runners? Madueke was the only runner. We controlled the game for 20 minutes. 20 minutes after he went off, genuinely we collapsed. Yeah. Because our game plan was working. And then he brought on fucking brain-dead Jadon Sancho, which I don't know why he would bring him on. Bring on the fake Saka, Hatrick George. At least that kid wants to run him behind. So Maresca on him, like a big part of the game's on him. Big part of the season so far is on him at this point. He is so rigid with his inverting of fullbacks. Like, I'm so tired of seeing this. And this is a time for him to see you're not bringing solutions. Yeah. You clearly are lacking a striker, a number 9, and you're still playing the exact same type of football, minus maybe playing more direct. Like this game, we were doing a lot of short passes with Nkunku and Palmer, but again, it wasn't working. But I'm confused at this point. Who do I blame? Sporting directors, Maresca, the board. Joko came out with something amazing after the game. He was saying something like, "Sure. You can look at the data between the ages of 21 to 24, the players are going to develop, but there's some stuff that are not tangible. You can't measure it. For example, having a player like a young player like Palmer or whoever else you want to look at, putting him beside an experienced player. You can't measure that. You don't know how much he's going to learn off him, which is something this group is missing. Sure, they could reach their goals by 4 or 5 years, by the way, but how old are they going to be? And what guarantees that they're going to reach that goal? Yeah. So I don't know. A lot of it for me is on Maresca. A lot of it is on the sporting directors. The players are not pulling their weight at all. And I think people are defending Cole, for example, especially because he's an academy boy. So do you think they're defending him because they don't? He doesn't have an experience? No, they're defending him strictly because he comes out of Cobham. Oh yeah. Anyone that comes out of Cobham is protected. What happened to Mason Mount? I mean, people got kind of tired of Mason Mount, even though he was an academy player. What? Not when he was at the club. They got tired of him when he left, if you noticed. They turned on him then, even though he was becoming trash at Chelsea. There was a lot of hate though. I remember the last season before he left. He was trash. Yeah. Mason Mount was trash. Honestly, he was only good when Tuchel first came in. But with Cole, it's hilarious. Did you see that goal? Did you see which goal was it? When he got fouled. Yeah, he got fouled again. He is the softest centre back I'm honestly in England. And in Europe. And he sits on the ground. By the way, he does this on a weekly basis. It's not once or twice. It happened last time. This you are clearly lacking the will to win, number 1. Yeah. Number 2, leadership. Yeah. Where's your leadership? Even if it was a foul, get up and play. There's VAR, you idiot. How are you complaining? Yeah. And there was another instance, it was from a fan angle, from behind the other net, someone was even behind the net. We got countered from a corner, and Cucurella's busting along to get back. Cole was jogging from their box to our box. And they ended up getting a shot off because he wasn't there. I don't know, I'm getting tired of this guy. You're not Van Dijk, dog. You're not Van Dijk. You don't have the aura. It's negative aura, by the way. And last thing I just want to say is I don't know what the hell Maresca is doing starting Gusto. I know you want to protect Reece James, But there comes a limit at this point.
But don't you think they have to like slowly bring it?
But until when?
The disaster. Yeah, I know, but
until when? Because what tells you he's not gonna break down again? So now you use him. Because Reece James is the difference between, genuinely, in my opinion, turning a loss into a draw and a draw into a win. That's Reece James. For me, he changes the game. He's an actual leader. And he has actual ability. But yeah, that's my take on Chelsea.
When you say leadership, do you think it goes back to them even firing Tuchel? And like, that starts things like, but it's like we look back. It's like why?
I'll be honest.
Against them.
I'll be honest. What do you mean?
Like he's not a yes man.
Oh, like he was outspoken, 100%. Like these guys love yes men.
The thing is, I was gonna say I agree with you leadership, but I think it's with player leadership. They don't have. I think the last leader Chelsea had was Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't sometimes maybe starting, you could at least have like some voice.
Yeah, presence.
And
presence. You knew he was there.
They don't have a leader. Right? I can't. Maybe Caicedo. Like maybe Coquelin is outspoken to be a leader. Like it's not like they don't have any known leaders.
It's funny because even those guys that look good on the pitch, they are still children, man.
Yeah.
Youngest team in the league.
But leadership in terms of like there's
from the top.
From the top, but like I just feel like first Maresca is just not flexible enough in terms of his like because like, in the beginning of the season like we saw flexibility in terms of what he was doing. But I feel like now it's like things are not.
Personally speaking. I like we play the same football. The only difference is teams came at us. You know, at the beginning of the season when you're trying to figure out teams, we had West Ham trying to press us. We had Everton trying to press us, and now I genuinely, sadly, makes sense why Poch played transition football, which is like low key like Emery, but it worked. Chelsea played nice football last year because this is a team that needs space to play. We're still not technical enough to actually play, and now teams figure this out. Mid block, sit back. Come at us. We do not move the ball fast enough to move you side to side to make an opening. But for you to say leadership is actually true. I don't know how Maresca is from like being in terms of like a S-man or not, but the sporting directors definitely are going because if the sporting directors had balls, they would not have gone with the owners wanting to like adopt a young team. You're not gonna build anything with a young team, you know, like
because especially if you want to win now.
Yes, bring 1 or 2 experienced heads. No one told you bring an old head.
I don't understand the wanting to go straight up for just young kids, like an average age of 24. It looks cool on paper, but when you're not winning,
these guys
have to change the model. The model has to be changed, but you need to be a bit flexible. You can't just get 24 years old and younger.
First of all, like the Tuchel point. I mean, we're gonna touch on Wassim's point, but like the Tuchel point is true, but it's also like revisionism. At the end of the day, we go back and we say Tuchel, but Tuchel was playing trash football near the end. I couldn't bear it. No. When he started the season, with Aubameyang, I don't know if you remember, we started the season. We were 3rd or 4th in our Champions League group in October.
Yeah.
So.
But wait, remind me. So you guys won Champions League.
We won Champions League, and we started the next season off. Oh, then we started off the next season. It was decent. We finished top 4, I think. Yeah. We scraped 4.
Okay, even then. In my opinion, you look around situations in clubs and their managers. But clubs are, for example, like United are going through managers every year. Yeah. Spurs the same way. It's like, to me, trust the manager just won your trophy and keep it going. Even though you're playing like trash.
But Chelsea has always been successful doing that model. As bad as like maybe he won Champions League, then he got fired. Chelsea has always been like successful. Maybe under the previous manager. You won us something cool. They fired Merino twice, and it's still success. Like. They want success, so it worked before. So I get why they did it, just because
they thought that was the way.
They thought, and that's what their way was. As much as we made fun of them, it made them successful.
I agree, but like again, I think you guys forget. Tuchel won the Champions League, then had a full season, then started off his second full season. We weren't winning games. Yeah. We scraped past everything in the first game. Drew the Spurs the second game. We were crashing out of the Champions League group. Potter came and took us through the Champions League.
Okay, so right there, Potter. Yeah. Wassim's point is that. Chelsea were always known to be the club. Names. Yeah, but you guys don't hire managers that play tiki-taka or play beautiful football. But you guys go for the dirty,
100%.
Like you guys are in the counter-attack.
But even you guys are saying we're known for hiring and firing managers. Abramovich is gone though. This is a new model. Unfortunately, it's a new model. He's gone. And these guys want a new they only target young managers and young players.
So that's why I'm saying that firing, like, it's a good point. Like, but when you're not going for managers that are just coming into for 1 year to win, play dirty football, whatever they need to do to win. But no, you bring in Maresca, you bring in Potter that want to play tiki-taka football. That needs time. You don't just come in like
it needs a lot of time.
Yeah, how many managers are really going out there playing beautiful football and making things quickly change?
So this is why with Maresca, as much as I do blame him, he needs time because this isn't the finished product, and it's not up to him. He's not the one making.
I'm scared that Chelsea go fire him this season, man, and they start over.
I don't think so. Just because like there is a clear improvement in terms of goals scored, goals conceded, the way we actually play.
Yeah.
And he is improving players. Like that exists. Yeah. And also like the way he's keeping players fit. You can tell his training. There's something he's not doing wrong. Last season we had no one. So there's improvement there, and I think you give it to him. But I guess just like the players are improving, he's a championship. He came from that championship. He had no prior Premier League experience. He was Pep's assistant, but like, he didn't run a team.
Yeah, Amerska had one summer already.
He was his first. This is his first summer, yeah.
This is his first year full.
But again, with Chelsea, we know, like it's very clear. It's not like with Arteta, you don't know who he's signing. Chelsea managers do not sign. We have two sporting directors, fucking Winstanley, I forgot the other donkey's name. They just go for. By the way, our team is Brighton. If you noticed.
I know.
We became Brighton, but
that's why Brighton were like happy beating.
It's a derby. Welbeck talking after the game was like it's a derby in the dressing room.
Yeah, because you guys
bought the wrong Brighton place.
We won the right.
you guys bought their skill or something.
Listen, we got the Winstanley. I think he's the guy, and then we got his other fucking boyfriend at the top, and then we have Caicedo.
Yeah.
We don't call there brought him back.
Cucurella.
Robert Sanchez. Cucurella. Graham Potter came from there.
Yeah.
Like it's because they love the model, and we also like our team our board loves the numbers, the database. Yeah. So like they went database.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything's Brighton now.
But what's a model? So think about model is like City for an example. City were not what Pep made them to be. Like what I mean is that the whole club changed from the youth academy.
Yes.
How you play football from the youth academy to all the way to the senior level. So sure you can go buy Potter, you can go buy a couple players, but no one changed the way you play.
No, but this is what they're trying to do.
That's what they're trying to do.
The academy is starting to play the way Maresca plays. This is why I think they trust him. This is why I think they're
trying to change it right now. Yeah.
But they're trying to do it from bottom up. But again, this team will not change until we see experience. And again, like
maybe you guys buy someone this summer, a couple players.
100%. Chelsea, you will never see us quiet in the transfer. It's not going to happen. This team, as much as we've spent, we do not. Unfortunately, it's not enough. And some of them are clearly not good enough. These are a bunch of good individual players that don't fit together. Like, for example, if you're going to play a false nine, and what I assume when you're squad planning, you plan for a striker to get injured and having the possibility to play the false nine. Yeah. Sporting directors are football people. They're not just businessmen. You come in and think of possibilities that the team is going to face. Yeah. So if I'm sitting there, I'm saying, okay, what if Jackson gets injured? What's going to happen? You think Kuku's going to be a false nine. So let's sign wingers that suit a false nine system. But no, they just bought upcoming wingers. Yeah. And they're like, there you are.
Like the Sancho one too. Like Sancho, of course, we all thought, I remember in the beginning he played a couple good games. Thing is, like, is Sancho going to be the one that when Jackson gets injured, he's going to help you guys out? No. I don't know. No, he's not the inside forward that he's a winger. Like, he's not a scorer or anything.
Not. And Maresca tried to change him, and he changed a bit, but he went back to his old ways.
And I hope people now appreciate a little bit more about Jackson, than what he does to the team.
Oh, you should see the tweets coming up, and you should see all the stats coming up at this point. That like no chances being created, the lack of press at the front. By the way, Caicedo, as immense as of a season he's having, he's not playing his position. Caicedo is not a 6. Caicedo at Brighton was pressing almost next to the striker. That is Caicedo. Yeah. Imagine leaving Conte to press from the back. What's his energy for? When you have a player of this energy, this aggressiveness, and this tenacity, he lets you play a high press. But no, Caicedo's sitting back holding Enzo's hand and holding whoever is inverting his hand. Like, this is bullshit.
It might have been on the previous podcast, but I told Namnam, like, Arsenal and Chelsea are going to have the same problem now. There's just no focal point. As much as like we shout on like Havertz or shout on Jackson for like having problems finishing stuff like that, there's no hold up play is non-existent. There is no one to bring up the ball. We had the issue in our game, and Chelsea had the same issue. Like Palmer can bring the ball up, but like he's not linking with anyone up front. Nkunku is not the answer. And I don't think they even have an answer on their like.
We don't have an answer. And listen, remember Zeiad when I generally thought a false line would not work, and this is why I've been saying Madueke striker, a guy that. You don't have to have a brain to play a number 9 in this kind of system. Run. Take defense with you. Palmer and Nkunku, they were so brainless against Brighton. Like, they're going man-to-man press, okay? Very easily. I was just waiting for one of them to wait for a defender to stick to his back, drop, and let someone run. But they don't have... Why am I sitting here watching TV and saying, do this? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't... Like, as a player, you don't have the IQ in you. And I'm sure this is something Maresca told them.
It's actually, but also, like, maybe... Thing is, like, it's so hard to know what's going on in training, too.
100%, but there's only one way to play against a man-to-man press. We'll talk about this later, about Marmoush's first goal. Holland, recognized everyone's it's man-to-man, so let me drop, and the guy's going to follow me. There's so much space after.
I did want to mention the man-to-man thing, because Maresca is way too obsessed with it, and I don't think with the players you have right now it's going to work, because like, you saw... If Mitoma can do that to Chalobah, for example, there's so many players that are going to kill Chalobah on that. If Mitoma can do that, bring the ball up from like a long goal kick.
Do the worst thing, but
much bad.
Matoma just did it really well.
Like he did it well, but like
that came from an anime, by the way. What was that?
You could like, but like even as a defender, worst case, like you could take him that, take a yellow, do something for the team. He just like
he couldn't get
near him, which is an issue. Yeah. But I think the main thing with Chelsea is if goals are going to dry up, you need to be solid defensively. Sanchez and the other keeper
Jorgensen is not
the answer. I know
he just looks clean on the ball.
The thing is, and we know why Chalobah was honestly in Crystal Palace and he got loaned out there and now he came back. Like he's not the answer either.
He's not.
And like Colwell is still like worse than Chalobah, but like for example, Chelsea fans were arguing between them on Twitter. But I'm like, it's a battle of mid shit, whatever you want to say.
Between them and them.
Yeah. It's like there's no point arguing about that.
The only thing with Chalobah is he had to come back because the man-to-man press you play. You have to have one quick centre back. He's the quick one because fun as out. That's the only thing. But you know what? Everyone's playing man-to-man now. It's just you either know how to exploit it or you don't. Or as Maresca, you either know how to get your team into positions where you actually can exploit the space or you don't. And he can't do it at this point.
Yeah. I don't think Nkunku false 9 is the way, but again, false 9, like, it's not an easy thing to do. Like, false 9 is like almost, to me, it's like the attacking midfield. It's like, you need, Nkunku is a good player. I don't think Nkunku is the guy that is going to link up with the midfield, drop it to the winger, and run into the ball.
No, he's not, you're right. But you know what, yeah? Like, honestly, with Poch last year, he was never there. But every game he was available, it's because he played next to Jackson, or like right behind Jackson. And Palmer on the right. Nkunku was genuinely elite. We saw Nkunku last year.
Well, you said last time Palmer on the right. To be honest,
I've been waiting for this, man. Yeah. Like this whole again, Maresca's upset. He's not flexible.
Unlock Palmer. Like Palmer, I'm not saying he's playing bad, but it's just he's not on the ball.
What it is?
You know what? I want the best player in your team to have the ball as much as possible.
But this is why he puts him in the middle because he forces the play through the middle. Yeah. Let's change it a little bit. Let's get Palmer to the right. And by the way, you can put him on the right. Doesn't mean he's a winger. Let him tuck in and have Goose to overlap.
What's funny about Nkunku too is that you spent the whole month trying to ship him out.
Yeah.
And you had but you had the option also why loan out Joao Felix? If you wanted maybe loan out Nkunku and keep Joao Felix
wanted to leave.
Wasn't it money?
Felix just wanted to leave.
Really?
Yeah.
Which because obviously probably because of no game time because obviously he was limited to Conference League games. But in these situations sometimes you might just have to tell the player you're staying. I mean, they just signed him. Exactly. I mean, this summer though, no?
Yeah.
It's
on a 6-year deal, 7-year deal. But the funny thing is, or the tough thing is, how do you tell a player that wants to leave you're staying? Because you're gonna sub him on. What's he gonna do?
Because worst case, even if he was disgruntled for 2 weeks, at this point he would have been an automatic starter for the next few.
But the issue, I agree. But the issue is how can you tell both strikers are gonna be injured? Both strikers got injured in one game. Jackson and
why does Felix want to more game time? Do you deserve it?
He does.
Okay, but here's the thing.
He does.
For example, Madueke gets injured, or you bring on Felix.
But that's the issue. No, that's the issue. You know what I say? Maresca is rigid. He is rigid beyond belief. He Sancho on the left is injured. He will use Pedro Neto. Madueke on the right is injured. He used Pedro Neto. The only replacement, the only time Felix got games was to rest Palmer, or that's it, to rest Palmer. Felix did not touch the wing one game this year. Did not play on left. Maresca came, in the Premier League and in the Conference League. Oh. Felix did not play on the wing. Nkunku played one game on the wing. Maresca came on a press conference and he made it 2-3 games in. He was my left wingers are Mudryk and Sancho. My right wingers are Madueke and Neto. My attacking midfielders are Felix, Palmer, and Nkunku. He said it. So imagine as a player,
that's something to do with Pep disciples. They all have that. Even Arteta has the automatic. You're a sub for this. It's just this that thing.
But you know what? At least it has flexibility. And when you're on the right, okay, move on from this game. I'm depressed.
We can move on. I just think
unless you guys have something to say. But there's a lot to say about Chelsea.
No, there's a lot to say. I just think it's funny how the funny thing is people got excited. Listen, I get Chelsea was in the mud for 2 years, so it makes sense. People got excited. Started having to compare him with Arteta, and it looks like Arteta now is but even then, other on Twitter, it's after 3 months, look at Chelsea in 3rd, Arsenal 5th or 6th.
We got a comma,
and it came back around. I think my main issue is that even though maybe he looked a little bit more flexible before, even though you do say he wasn't, but now you can see his there's no flexibility with the manager. That's why the players are still to blame. Bad signings overall, the model needs to change. But I think Maresca's just not changing anything. I don't think at one point I saw a different tactic or any sort of different change in the Brighton game, for example. Just looking at the Brighton, I think it's going to get a lot worse because teams are now going to honestly, now that Jackson, before they might have needed to focus on Jackson and Palmer.
Yeah.
Now if they just focus on Palmer, I think Chelsea's going to get shut out of every game. I don't see
where we're gonna score
and
goals,
their main issue compared to us, because we have the same issue, is that we have a backline. That's the only good thing about but they don't. Like Brighton could have made also like the game a lot worse. Like there was some chances that they could have got fourth.
I turned it off after what was it 3-0?
Yeah.
I turned it off after the second goal.
There could have been a fourth and a fifth. I think like Brighton could have even scored more. Even Joao Pedro came on and was getting chances right away once he came on.
And by the way, like I still don't understand this whole inverting thing, because how are you playing with an inside forward that tucks in and inverting?
Yeah.
Like the midfield is so clogged, it's so ugly. There is zero width in this team.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because we have two of the best right backs, top 5 right backs in the league, Malo Gusto and Reece James. I put them in there very easily. But you're limiting them. The only guy that is really good, does well in inverts, Cucurella, because he has a brain. Tactically, this guy actually understands what to do, and he will do anything you ask him to. But like you're not playing to the strength of the team.
If they're 2 of the top 5, then I'm putting Timber and Benny Blanco. That means Arnold only and this.
I rate Ben White. But I don't think he's like, as an all-round right back. Timber for me is the guy.
But before we close, do you think Maresca maybe? Because what did he say about winning? He said something about like.
I hate that quote.
About like, we're up to schedule.
So Lampard said that, Potter said that, and Maresca said that now. How basically like, you're on track, we're doing well, we're not expected to win, look how long it takes to win. Tuchel came in, and I saw the video again recently. Oh, sir, every time we have a manager that says this, they'll bring this video of Tuchel. He walked into a team that Lampard, the week before he got sacked, he said we're not equipped to compete yet like Liverpool. Tuchel walked into the press conference before the Wolves game. By the way, he had one training session at that point. It was a Friday night. He goes and he says, I don't know why people talk like about timelines. He's like, I'm here to win now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years. He came on the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
And he reached 2 cup finals the next season. And reached top 4 with a dud team. Our front line was Werner, Havertz, and Mount.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking mentality is a big deal. Think about your manager. You look up to the manager, and he's like telling you, we're playing like shit.
And this whole time when Maresca kept saying we're not good enough to win the league or whatever, or like and he stopped putting pressure on the players. And I was kind of siding with it.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, stop, because this drop off came for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Part of it is like the atmosphere within. Like 100%, he's telling them don't listen to the outside noise, blah blah blah. But like, if you tell the players are not good enough, subconsciously it's gonna kick
100%. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So
the issue is that they say they're ahead of schedule, but let's say if they drop off, because there is a high risk they might be in Europa League or Conference League at this point. If you end up in the Conference League again, there was no progress, because what was your progress?
No. The only
like the progress would have been, you played a bit better, but we're still in the Conference League next year.
No way.
We need top 4 this year. There's no injuries. We are a top 4 team.
Okay.
This team has to finish.
If you don't finish top 4, you go to Europa. It's technically
it's an improvement, sure. And I would keep him.
But like, if Nottingham, for example, finished top 4 and Chelsea doesn't, then that's a big issue. Like if it was like, and I said, I think in the
day one,
and I said like if the top 4 was like Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Spurs, and Chelsea missed out, let's say maybe.
It's
like but no, like
a competitive
if a competitive like a known top 6 team quotation. But if Nottingham Forest or even Bournemouth, who's ahead of Chelsea right now, finish like top 4 or ahead of them, then that's bad, because like the other teams don't have the tools, or especially at the beginning of the season, to be like, they're gonna get top 4 ahead of Chelsea.
And Chelsea has been kind of relatively healthy, right? Like compared to other teams.
The wheels started falling off.
Yeah.
Like relatively, you guys have had some big injuries.
Mid-December.
Reece James is genuinely huge, and I know, but I won't count because he was injured.
No, he's a right back. That's your captain, by the way. So it's like I get that, but like I'm saying,
Fofana was humongous. People didn't appreciate him. I love Fofana. Like I've always loved Fofana. He was humongous. Like generally, our losses started to come after the Brentford game, and he just got injured right before that. That's when I say the wheels fell off. Fofana gave you a different option, and he was a guy carrying the ball out of center back, and he would imagine an extra number. The teams get disjointed at that point. We don't have that anymore. You don't have that person carrying it, so it's very like rigid passing. We don't have him. And then now with Jackson, man.
Yeah, Jackson. That's probably
Jackson wasn't scoring, but like Jackson. Again, I'm not saying you can win a title or a
with Jackson,
with a guy like with
maybe top 4,
But Jackson, where we're at right now, we need him.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
I would love to go more in depth about like the too many games, too many competitions, too much shit going on. I'm not blaming that on Chelsea, but that's a different conversation for all the other teams, and we've been talking for way too long about Chelsea, so I'll keep it at that. 26 minutes.
Oh my god.
So we'll move on to yesterday's games. Was the first one, which was Arsenal-Leicester. Arsenal winning. Merino striker. tactically ahead.
I said it was going to be like a jammy 2-1, but it was just a jammy 2-0. My God.
You'll take that any day of the week. Away from home?
2-0.
2-0, yeah. No, I predicted 2-1 like in our prediction. Thank God, by the way, they won't look at our predictions. Zeiad wasn't there to write them down.
Yeah, I don't have
I Lord, some of them were horrendous.
What did I predict this game, do you remember?
No, you also predicted a win, but the other ones, I think we just watched the United Spurs so bad, and we just watched...
I said 3-3 United Spurs.
And I think, don't get us on the Newcastle City.
Oh my God, it's a 3-3?
Yo, two shit teams.
Yeah, I know.
And the Newcastle City prediction, yo.
But Wassim, they started with Sterling, Trossard, Nwaneri.
There's one player there that's a fraud.
Sterling.
Don't get me...
Listen, there's two kind of, but...
Sterling, I think he made his debut in the Premier League when he was 16. Genuinely, he's right now finished. You know, he played like, I think 14, I think he's in his 15th season. I could be wrong off by a year, but
his clock is done,
But like, his clock is done. It's time to go to the MLS.
Can we pause? Sorry, I just wanted to double check.
What happened?
There we go. Okay, perfect. Goes back. Okay.
So
the fraud.
Sterling is just dusted. It's time to go to the MLS or Saudi Arabia
no,
somewhere. Because
like, go to Saudi Arabia. Make your money.
He had a good career in the Premier League.
Exactly.
But he's finished.
That's my point, by the way. Okay, before we keep going, Sterling deserves the respect because what is he right now? 32.
He's younger.
I think he's like 30 or 20.
I think.
But he's been playing since 17, 18 at a 16 at a top level.
Yeah.
You've had a great career. I'm not gonna shit on you because I think you've had an amazing career. You were amazing at City. You won trophies. Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Even at Liverpool, he didn't win anything, but like you can see his quality.
Go to Saudi Arabia, make your fucking money. Don't get all this abuse from people.
This is where it's sad. Yeah. Like, respect yourself and your career and what you did, and leave now.
But he wants to play
don't forget
level.
It.
Yeah.
Respect. That's what I'm saying. Respect your career. Know where you are.
Yeah.
But like on the game, like we limited Leicester to like a few chances, nothing like too dangerous. My big issue that I think Arsenal are gonna run into in the future is that they definitely saw that 1 year is gonna be the danger man. And if he gets the Saka treatment, like in the next game, let's say West Ham, if like they double him, where is the chances going to come from? Because you're going to shut out the only person that's actually did something against Leicester. It's going to be risky, but I wouldn't even think about starting for West Ham the same lineup. The Sterling Trossard. Trossard had a horrible game until he got to put him back into his position on the left. Because in center, it was the same thing as Chelsea. There was nothing happening up front. It was like when you're trying to drag the team up front, but like Trossard was offering nothing in the center forward position.
Do you go with Merino striker?
You could try that. I personally would put Calafiori left wing. That's also a test. Because like it's hard to go put like let's say Merino false nine. It doesn't work. Then what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Wait. So Calafiori on the left, then who's striker? Trossard.
Keep Trossard and then maybe switch them out. Because the issue is that. If you throw your only tactical change right off the bat as starting and it doesn't work, then what are you going to do to change the game after? Because the game was it was an awful game to watch, especially when you have to wake up in Canada here at 7:30 to watch the game. My God.
Yeah. Do you think you guys should have kept Nketiah? Or no, you think it's...
Here's the thing, we already had two strikers, and Nketiah, he wasn't going to get playtime.
You have 1.5
strikers. You needed to buy a striker. They chose not to buy a striker. The issue wasn't keeping Nketiah. Because honestly, I don't know how many times you would get 30 million for Nketiah. You took the risk. You
30? I thought it was 40.
I think 30 million.
Okay.
So you still take that. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But the issue, right now, Havertz might have not been scoring, but at least he was a focal point. At least he dragged the team up front. At least you could link up with. You could link up. Now you have nothing. I was thinking today the goals might come from corners because Gabriel might be the only option, but. Yeah, it's pretty much before it was Saka and inshallah, now it's Munira inshallah.
He's a great player.
We have combos.
I feel what?
What
combos?
Lamine Yamal and him.
Oh my, dude.
I think
Yamal won the Euros, was player of the...
He hasn't got his chance yet. He's doing this in the Premier League in a dud team.
Let's see Nwaneri. I was telling Wassim that I think he should play more attack in midfield.
He definitely is.
When Saka comes back, he can at least both of them play. Because Nwaneri?
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
He's insane.
His touch
He acts like he's a 25-year-old.
I would. The thing is, it would be completely weird to do that because he never played there. But I would generally be fine with him trying him on the left. Just because I'm like Martinelli's gonna and Trossard have been just nowhere to be found on the left overall this season. So because when Saka comes back, you're not gonna replace Saka. Sure, maybe at the beginning, Saka's obviously gonna be not match fit, so you can play and get Saka slowly in.
Yeah.
Eventually, he could take Odegaard's spot, but I would try him on the left since our left side is non-existent. You might as well give it a shot.
It's non-existent, but to be honest, I would keep Sterling because
You need players. You need bodies.
You need players. You need
I
experience.
think keep him for this season, obviously. Well,
No. But I mean, like in terms of in the lineup.
Oh,
because
really?
like you don't want to.
He's really playing bad.
Trust me, I watched the game. It's atrocious.
Yeah.
But like you don't want to. This lineup is already broken at the front. Do you really want to keep changing it?
Yo, if he cannot beat James Justin, I don't know what other left backs he's gonna beat because my God, he couldn't take on a player.
Next week's gonna be Bissaka, by the way.
Couldn't cross, couldn't pass, couldn't even run it.
Yeah, but Wassim, at this point, the
nothing.
issue is, like, if you say you go with Cafoe left wing, he's not gonna be left winger. He won't. He's gonna be left like a wing back.
Yeah,
or he's gonna tuck in. He won't. Like that balance will not be there.
Because like the thing is, our Calafiori even came in like he came. He was a lot more attacking Calafiori when he came on. Like our second goal was actually very good. Like we cleared the ball. Odegaard was able to pass the ball through the press to Trossard to Calafiori, who actually held on to the ball until the right moment to give it to Trossard.
But again, Wassim starting the game at 0-0, and you ask him to drop in and go wide and build up is going to be so tough as a centre back. He's a big left back.
The thing is, this is a testing phase. So like at the end of the day, it's like
but can you guys afford to test?
They could test one more time. Then West Ham at home next. But then after that,
was it West Ham?
But you lose like a whole half or 60 minutes. What if the game's drawn?
The
they're
issue
gonna
is,
win that
man.
game. It's West Ham.
I just can't I would even
trust me. I know.
I would
had on my club for
I would
season,
promote whoever is left wing from our U23 2018 before I post everything.
Thing is, you just have one more test, and then you have Nottingham Forest and United
away. Which
I don't know why Ranieri for me looks like a solid false nine.
For me,
like people bounce off of him, you know, and he's able to drop like.
Because honestly, like you could even put Moreno. Like putting Moreno is also risky from the beginning. That's why, like, I don't know if you should start with Moreno, like, because I would just put Trossard on the left and just put Moreno up top. But like, it's also risky just to start Moreno. Right?
No, Moreno's have to be a false nine, really. Like he could be.
I think Merino would be a 9.
9. Yeah,
straight up 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, for me, it makes sense to putting Sterling on the left is asking so much of him because he needs to take on players. Putting him on the right. Go and if you get double team, turn back and pass across the ball. You know, less responsibility.
Also, Trossard left.
And Trossard left. Yeah. When you're in the middle, we'll drop. He will move to the right. He'll float around.
I think he should float.
Yeah.
Also, our midfield need to be a lot better. Against Leicester, they weren't good. Like as much as bad. Odegaard is struggling, but Thomas Partey, horrendous against Leicester. I am sorry. People were saying, "Oh, he had a fine game." No, he did not. Declan Rice tried to drag the team in midfield, but Partey. Misplacing passes. The one chance where Leicester almost could have been 1-0 and changed the whole game. Losing the ball in midfield casually like he always does, by the way.
Yeah.
And then last ditch touch from the ball from Lewis Kelly to get it away from the Leicester.
That was a nice tackle.
Because Partey, for one good game, Partey has to have 2 shit games.
Yeah, legit.
And my God, I hope we somehow get Zubimendi in the summer because I'm done with Partey experiment.
Yeah, I don't like Partey. I'm not a big fan of him. He's a decent squad player, but
he's a good rotation player. Yeah.
We got him near when he was around his prime, but like he gets injured.
Partey's better.
What did he do in his career?
What did Anand do?
And then he has more FA Cups.
He scored in Camp Nou. You remember that screamers he had?
Yeah.
And then
you were down 3-0, no?
Yeah.
That's okay. We're talking about the individual.
Yeah, but he has a couple more FA Cups than Thomas Partey. Plus, he also built a prayer room in Emirates Stadium.
Did you see him show up in Dubai in the camp?
Yeah.
Why is he called legend? Hold on, Wenger gave him a name for no reason. The guy couldn't even walk to Egypt's lineup.
But I think, honestly, like, I don't even look at Liverpool anymore. Arsenal just need to keep maintaining wins because this lineup is going to be the striking position is going to be there for a while. So you have to just maintain some wins because you don't want to get dragged. Chelsea right now is in a tough spot because you need. We talked about it before in the other podcast. These 2 games were must wins for both teams.
Oh, Chelsea was a must win.
Yeah, and I'm like, you can't get dragged to the bottom.
You just lost to a team. We lost 3-0, right? We just lost 3-0 to a team. By the way, beat us 2-1 the week before.
Yeah.
Who lost 7-0 to Nottingham Forest the week before.
Yep. Like
we couldn't compete physically with one of the weakest teams.
Thing is, like, you guys are still there. It's just, and you guys have a couple games that are coming up that should be wins.
You know what the issue
Southampton, Leicester at home.
But
those, if you don't win, it's over.
You know what the issue is? We were still there when we were in the top 2, and then we kept dropping it to 3rd. We're still there in the top 4 race. Now we're 5th, and we're still there to try to get 4th or 6th. Exactly. Like we're not there. Trust me.
But I was gonna say one thing about Arsenal now is like they're 7 points behind. Like now Liverpool, they both played the same amount of games. We were talking about this in the car that like I feel so bad for Arsenal now because even if they go like, oh, Liverpool's kind of dropping off a little bit, they're fucking going through their own shit.
Yeah.
So even though Arsenal should obviously stay and maintain wins, it's gonna be hard. And Liverpool, only if a disaster happens, can lose this title. If disaster,
they will like
because they're healthy.
I know, and they've been playing so bad for a while now, and like they don't drop points, man.
Yeah,
it'll be the biggest bottle drop because like our team is non-existent.
They have some tough games coming up.
Like the one thing people say, oh, like the summer get Isak. Yo, we cannot go a summer with just one player because Isak is going to be Isak most likely will be the budget. You can't. This team needs more than one player.
Who sets this budget? I have a question. Who sets this budget?
Go get the
players you need. Exactly. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do as a club?
We even said Arsenal.
Stop going to Dubai.
Arsenal is one of the biggest clubs in England. One of the biggest clubs in the world without winning trophies. So imagine you start winning.
Prices? What's the revenue?
Imagine Isak and you bring Henry as a promotional. You know, remember the Pogba bullshit?
Yeah, that was
You have so many ideas you can do. I'll make you back the 300 million. Spend the 300 million. I'll make it back.
Yeah, fly LinkedIn.
I swear.
I don't know. I trust you.
There's so much potential.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not. It's not. I'm not agreeing with you.
No,
I've seen my club for the past 15 years.
Yeah.
We spent a whole summer when Czech was our signing. By the way, we don't spend money.
No, but it's like Arsenal don't understand how big they are because Arsenal have so many fans.
You know why?
Around the world.
You know why? Even though like, it's like his dad gave him the club now, right? The Kroenke.
No, no, the other guy's still in charge. Owns it. Yeah. He's just.
Why does he seem a little bit better now?
No, because the documentary made it look a lot better. It was there to save a bit of face.
Because like I was gonna say, it seems like Arsenal maybe stepped it up a little bit in terms of how much they're spending. Right?
Yeah.
But
because they're making champions consistently.
But the issue is like they know what their fans are used to shit and mediocrity.
Yeah.
That it's so easy to like impress them by like one signing.
But don't you want to grow? You want to
No, they don't. They have other clubs. They have other. As football fans, we just think about our club. Those guys have football clubs. They have basketball.
Doesn't he have like the football?
Yeah, he got the Super Bowl thing with the LA Rams.
Exactly, like.
And he owns the Denver Nuggets. He won the NBA.
But my point is this: that you go and buy Isak, you go buy a couple of players, you try to go for the title because it's there.
It's there to take.
It's there to take, and like if Pep leaves the year after, you have potential to take and you compete with Liverpool. It's just that feels like that Arsenal don't understand how good they are. B, how big they are, and how much promotional stuff they
need to
do.
invest because like
invest.
Saka could stay. Saka could stay for a bit more seasons, but players like Saliba, maybe they don't value loyalty as much as like maybe an English like Saka grew up in the club.
Yeah.
Like other players potentially like Saliba.
Saliba wants to go back to France. The PSG offer him 400k a week. Come.
Exactly. Madrid every other month. I see Madrid linked to Saliba. It's like you could say no to them for so long. So like Arsenal need to, in my opinion, Arsenal's trophy window. It's not even about Arteta. Arsenal need to win either. I don't because this season is like non-existent. They have to at least like potentially win something next season to like show some of the players you should stay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's when you run into problems.
What am I staying for? It's funny. I was thinking about this yesterday. To me, Palmer's gonna leave soon. One more season.
In England, do you think he's gonna go to City or something?
Palmer's agent can go and tell that any team in the world, Palmer's available. Not a single team will say no.
I feel like sometimes with English players, it's
no. But Palmer's English. But Palmer is a superstar. Palmer is not a regular
superstar,
player.
but I don't. It doesn't give me the aura of like Beckham when he's go to Madrid.
Trust me, when you watch him play for your club, you'll understand.
No, he's elite.
I'm telling you, like Palmer has the ability. He transformed Chelsea.
But how garbage about Palmer himself? Like, where would he go?
What he thinks?
Where do you think?
Believe me,
outside of England, where would he go?
Palmer will go to Madrid, Barca, Bayern.
I'm not taking Palmer.
He walked into that.
We have Hatrick, we have Gavi.
He walks into that team. Imagine Palmer's a false nine with those guys. Imagine Palmer's a false nine with Rafinha and Lamine while running. Oh my god. Anyways.
He might come off the bench, but I don't know.
He's the best player. Anyways,
he might get off
anywhere. Arsenal want
No, I know what you mean. He would leave too. Like exactly what you said. Like he would leave too. But like he said, I think Saliba's like those kind of players that don't really care about being in England.
Yeah.
Right? Like the only reason I would think of a Palmer or Saka would stay is because I love England. I want to stay in England.
Yeah, but you gotta look at the player too. Like these players are winners. This new generation of English players, the elite ones, they are actually different. They want to leave. Yeah. And honestly, like the kids in their age, like their year, Saka and Palmer's age, there's a bunch of them in like Germany, France. There's a bunch of English kids that left recently.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah, not much about Arsenal. I just think Arsenal can do so much more investment.
Yeah, it's always about right now with Arsenal. It's about investment and injuries, and just winning games. This was just a must win, and you just had to win it, and then just move on to the next.
Marmoush, Hatrick. I did not expect this to be honest at all. Like honestly, I thought it would go maybe, but Newcastle get whipped 4-0. First half.
We predicted Newcastle to whip City.
Yeah, really? Newcastle comfortably rolled over. It was my fault for thinking because it's their cup final to face Arsenal, and they're like Brazil 2002 every time they face us.
Gordon,
They just
plays like Rivaldo.
Like for me, when I was watching the game, outside of Marmoush because he scored a hat-trick, like all the City players were maybe let's say a 7. It wasn't like
they played amazing.
They played amazing, but Newcastle just rolled over. It's like they accepted it. Isaac was isolated over there.
Yeah.
The two wingers Willock and Gordon offered absolutely nothing, and thing is, and Nando mentioned they missed Joe Linton, but Joe Linton wasn't there against us, and they played.
Yeah.
And I said also before, Newcastle's way of playing suits them against teams like Arsenal and City. But they just, I felt like they rolled over. Edison was never tested. And by the way, this is the same City team that's getting torched by everyone defensive, defensive. And Madrid just exposed them heavily the game before.
Yeah.
Obviously, Newcastle's not up there, but Madrid exposed them. The games before, City just looked suspect in defense. Yeah. And we said if Isak plays against the youngster, because the youngster looked shaky against Chelsea, the Isak could feed on it, but it was nothing. And then just City, because outside of Marmoush, City didn't create as much. But they were, for this game, City were just Marmoush was very clinical, got his 3 chances, 3 goals, and that.
But the thing is, I think we're sleeping on. I didn't shit on him, but I kind of underrated him. Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yo.
They needed a DM. We've been saying this forever. Yeah.
I'm not comparing him to Rodri, but the composure. And by the way, the way he was moving across. Sure, you might not notice him in the game, but oh my god, the way that the City were actually able to go from back to front, it looked like the old City. It was so fluid. It didn't look ugly anymore. I'm not saying they played amazing, but you just needed that profile.
I know this is his second game. He was injured the first game or something. He
played in the Champions League.
They needed a DM for so
long. A 6 that can play.
We knew that was the thing that we're missing. And you know what? City could be scary. You never know with him playing.
And consistency of
I think they get knocked out in Champions League. They make top 4 in Premier League.
Listen, man, I don't know what momentum because they play again in 2-3 days. This team can go genuinely scorch Madrid. I can see it happening. At the Bernabeu, I can see it happening.
Oh, I cannot see that game.
And you gotta think about it this is a City team now that actually has something to prove. So this is their chance to prove something this season. You know, they blew the Arsenal chance to prove something as Arsenal blew it away.
Thing is, we talk about Newcastle being surprised that they got torched. I agree that being surprised they got torched, but they are 7th, right?
They're inconsistent.
They beat the team also, they played so many games. They played the FA Cup against
Arsenal,
Birmingham.
Oh yeah, and then Arsenal.
But for the FA Cup game, for the most part, they rotated the entire team. Yeah.
So I feel like it was I didn't see them winning, and also Newcastle haven't won, I think, or even got points out of City away in so long too.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
So to me, it was kind of expected them to lose, but to lose 3-0 in the first half and the game is done. No one really expected it. But Nico, fuck me,
what a player!
Honestly, and also this could be the turnaround for them.
Yes.
And let's see. I can see them completely getting knocked out of Champions League and then completely focusing on Premier League
and putting a run together.
A demon
run.
Imagine they win it.
Also,
but no, they can't. They're too far back.
They won't win it. It's impossible. If they win it, there's conversation that needs to be had.
No way.
Slot
They're 15 points behind.
Slot
would resign.
Yeah.
No, 15 points behind.
But when Arsenal had everyone fit, what do you think about it? How many danger men would you say you had? 1 or 2, right?
Yeah.
Odegaard, Saka, and maybe even Havertz if you want to count him.
Yeah.
Liverpool this season, Salah, Gakpo. Don't think about Chelsea. We have no danger men apart from Palmer. Jackson, if he feels like it.
Yeah.
Who else is up there that I want to think about? Nottingham Forest, Elanga, and Wood, and maybe after the door here and there.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Whoever, right? Newcastle have Isak and Man City were actually missing that second guy because Foden is not him.
Yeah.
They found him. they generally found him. Holland's quiet. Yeah. This guy popped up, by the way.
And finisher who wants to score.
And this guy is, the thing about Marmoush is he's genuinely clinical. I remember he took a shot in the first half with his left foot over the crossbar. I was so shocked because it's not him. But when they hit the first goal, it's over. He calmed down. Yeah. His cockiness came out a little bit. He started showboating a little bit. Yeah. I'm like the guy arrived.
Yeah, against the Marmoush, the first game I watched him, again, he didn't score for 2-3 games or something. Yeah. And I remember him coming on, right? He came on?
No, against Chelsea
He started, yeah. And I remember him, like, from the left, he took it and he took a shot from long
Yes.
distance. I'm like, man, I'm so happy.
Exactly.
Because I like players that just try.
You need confidence.
Right?
Exactly.
And you have City that tries to play work the ball into the box.
Too much.
Yeah, too much. So a player like this that wants to score, is hungry to score, changes it from
this
the
guy was
forward
top
ends,
scorer
the
in
Bernardo Silvas.
Bundesliga, by the way, for Frankfurt
For a reason.
Dead.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm happy that they have a player like this, and let's see, like he could help Haaland, take the pressure off of just scoring. Because I feel like the team lacks scoring.
Yeah, 100%.
And Duco is a winger. Bernardo Silva is done, and he's just a regular winger that spins around. De Bruyne
Listen,
is
I shit on Savinho a lot, actually
Savinho?
He actually
woke
had
up
a
What a
This
fucking
is the
player,
guy that
man.
started the
Because
season.
I don't think he's very I don't personally rate him.
Yeah.
So, but like I can say like he had a really
Great
good game
game.
against Newcastle.
I rate Savinho because he does his job, does his what he needs to do
Yes.
very well. Is he a scorer?
No.
Hell no. But man, he's a guy that is gonna fucking torch the wing backs, and he's gonna try to make a pass or
reps.
a
He's
cross.
always like going at.
He killed Hall. He killed him.
And Hall's actually a good defender.
And the funniest thing, I
defenders,
saw this thing about Pep going like this when
When he megged him,
megged two people,
they're like,
and he's like, finally a winger.
They're like, Pep has seen this in Mahrez days.
Yeah.
But what's it called? I just hope Marmoush starts against Madrid.
He better
There's
start.
no way he doesn't.
No. After a hat-trick, you have to start. There's no way.
City has to play to win, so you have to start him.
Yo, Salah's feeling insecure right now. He's like, I'm the best Egyptian in the league. Yo, Salah versus Marmoush next week.
Really? Oh yeah.
I cannot wait for that.
Well, today's games: Liverpool Wolves. Kind of underwhelming game. Not the best game.
I expected Liverpool to torch them. I was surprised with how they. But to be fair, I was surprised how Liverpool played in the second half. I thought in the first half they were like
slowed down.
They slowed down. They cuffed it.
Yeah.
The second half they slowed down. Like
Heavy.
Wolves had 10 chances. Liverpool had 0 in the second half.
Yeah,
was
0
like-
shots on target in the second half.
And like Wolves, the thing is with Wolves, I never believed they're gonna equalize just because genuinely outside of Cunha,
yeah.
that team has no offensive threat whatsoever.
Yeah.
I was just getting a headache just watching the team.
They're
Yeah.
horrible.
Like
They're really bad.
like
Couldn't
outside,
put 2-3 passes
and
together.
that's why I can't support the coach when like Cunha apparently was frustrated after one game and he commented on
Against Chelsea,
Cunha's
yeah.
like how he was reacting. But I'm like, yo, if I'm playing with like
Bums.
that many scrubs and bums.
How is he not wearing the captain armband anyways, by the way?
And like the goal Cunha scored was pretty much all him. Like he's the one like
That was a sick
was
goal.
sick
The
finish.
captain is Semedo.
I know.
Not
just Semedo leading
it
it
was Cunha's goal pretty much. Like it was all his entire goal and like sick finish. Wolves did have one chance, which I think Konza intercepted the ball very well before there was a tap in. But outside of that, for Liverpool, honestly, when there's like 14 games left in the season, it's all about wins.
Wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you grinded this out. No one at the end of the season is gonna give a fuck. Yo, we struggle against Wolves.
I mean, for the most part, Liverpool grinded out the whole season.
I think-
ever that good.
I think Liverpool would have more. They'd be more scared if Arsenal were healthy because, like you said, okay,
There'll
sure.
be real pressure there.
Yeah, because they have tough games coming up, and if you drop points in those 2 games, then momentum comes up from Arsenal. But Arsenal again, like, are injured.
I didn't even look at the Liverpool game. I'm looking at the 2 next games, which is Aston Villa away and City away.
Yeah.
City maybe woke up. Villa, I would say they were fine until I saw the bottle job they had against Ipswich.
Oh my
And
god.
with Ollie Watkins, it's a whole season of nonsense. This is why, the way, I did not want that sign.
Yeah.
Because if you're shitting on Havertz, you're seeing the chances he missed against Ipswich and for the rest of the season.
No, Watkins is a funny man.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm looking at these 2 upcoming games. I genuinely thought no matter what, Liverpool's going to beat Wolves. There's a reason Wolves is 16th. No, they're 17th. They're 17th. Because West Ham is 16th.
Yeah.
So it's like, there was not much thing to write about. They grinded it out. Salah continues to be on the score sheet, and that was it.
Yeah, thank God
Did
he's
you Jota's dive, by the way?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Pathetic.
The one thing I'm going to say, some Liverpool, in my opinion, Liverpool players are getting away with murder with no second yellow cards and referees wanting to keep them in their pockets. Listen, Konate is there kicking the ball away while he's on a yellow card.
way.
I'll put my hands up.
I missed that.
My club has gotten multiple red cards from doing the same thing. That's all I'm saying. But outside of the last game with Michael Oliver like making some suspect calls against Liverpool, the PGML have been sucking off Liverpool.
They always do.
They always do, especially with Van Dijk too, man. Like
Especially
Van
with
Dijk
Van
does
Dijk.
some damage to people.
The thing, I've seen the Van Dijk ones, and it's like borderline, I know.
Yeah.
But like, it's because it's Van Dijk, they will never like bat an eye.
Yeah.
And am I gonna say where's the statement that they had to write because of the Arteta and Arsenal? But I have Liverpool Andrew Slot like cussing out Michael Oliver, red cards fighting surrounding the referees. Was there any statements? No, they just had Carragher interview Slot before the game, and Slot will be like, "Yeah, I'll do better next time." But it's so fake.
Yeah, it's actually fake. And I'm not trying. I hate the conspiracies towards everyone's. Oh, my club, the referees are against us, but sometimes it feels that way because like
100%.
Liverpool got nothing.
What?
Especially leaders.
It gets old. It gets old. Like when you're used to it. Like, but I'm sorry. How did I fucking miss this? Enzo's goal was not a foul against Brighton.
What did they call it for?
A push. He called it. Are you supposed to jump up like a pencil, like straight up and not? No
that's actually a good point. That was
like Joe Linton mauled the infamous Arsenal Newcastle game last year. Joe Linton mauled Gabriel, and they it was the exact same situation, same play, and it was even harder back then.
I wish it was the same play. This one Enzo was like this.
No, I know. We were watching. What happened? Why would you cancel that?
You don't understand. Like I understand. We lost the game. Maybe we're still gonna lose. But goals change games. It was gonna be 1-1.
100%.
Like what are you doing?
100%.
And by the way, VR didn't replay. I know obviously they check in. They have to show us everything. But the check was like this. Are you
quick?
You were that sure as a foul?
I love how they check and they're quick with the hardest part, and the easy ones are like, okay, let's make.
You know why? Because it's easier for them to slow down outside and show us their detail. Idiots. Show us your thinking process behind the foul.
And they did was it FA Cup or
the loudspeaker? The speaking.
Loudspeaker. FA Cup.
In the stadium, the FA Cup or League Cup.
FA Cup was horrendous. Don't get me started with the no VAR. But one final thing about Liverpool: can we please ban Jamie Carragher from commentating on Liverpool game? Same thing with Neville. To be fair, it's not like the biasness. Yeah. I enjoy my commentators not showing biasness.
Yeah. Unless it's like Liverpool TV. Okay, I want to listen to
like anytime, like anytime, like when I was watching the game, Carragher's the moment it's something to do with Liverpool, they're like, it's definitely a foul. Like even the Jota thing before they start showing replays, he's like definite penalty.
I hate that.
And it's like,
oh my god.
And I'm like,
I hate definitely before you see the replay. See the replay.
Yo, by the way, it looks like a dive when it happens.
Or it's like when they're like fouling. No, that was I won't give a yellow for that or stuff like that. It's just like shameless biasness. Just like. Can we just let like non-biased commentators that we don't need?
This is where the pressure comes in from the media. This is where it comes. Like the voices come out.
I don't want to know the referees' names. I don't want to know the commentators' name. Just I want them to be nameless. That means they're doing their job.
You know what? Considering refs like to be made men, why don't you put the name on the back of the jersey? Be known and come speak out after the game. I always want this. Speak after the game. Explain your decisions.
Steph Curry came out by referees. He's like, I want to see grading. He's like, I want to see grading. He's like, I want to see like stats about that. He's like, we have stats after the game. I want to see stats.
How many wrong calls
do you have? How many calls do you think you were like hesitant about?
The NBA referees, you know about their 2-minute reports there because at the end of the game they do 2-minute reports. So they say we got the call wrong or got the call right. But even if they say we got the call wrong, nothing happens. Yeah, okay.
They'll be like, we fucked up this
we fucked up. We cussed the game to change. They could have won, but we fucked up the play, but nothing changes.
When are we going to understand that refereeing costs teams, players? By the way, the thing about players, I have to score a 10th goal to make my 100k or whatever. 200K. Now you fucked me over.
Yeah.
Man, like, I feel like referees don't get enough shit. I don't get, people shit on them all the time, but I feel like we have to, like, I think suspensions, I think you have to fine them. Because there's too many
people love defending them. Even like any of these Skies and like even like ESPN when they talk about them, they always defend the refs. It's always the players' fault or the club's fault.
The referees have lives too.
Like they shit on recently they've been shitting on Madrid because of that. Been shitting about Atletico.
Yeah, but Madrid went way too heavy.
But honestly,
they did it in Real Madrid TV where they went at the referees and like.
Listen, for a person that's fed up.
Maybe that's what they're changing.
For a person that supports a team like Arsenal, who I'm seeing get shafted this season, I would do the Madrid route. I would blast them. Because pundits.
You almost have to. Yeah.
Pundits, I'm telling you, pundits are definitely getting paid, or like the ref association are like reaching out to Sky because they just bring like redknapp stuff like that, defending the referees with passion as if they're like their own siblings.
It's not the refereeing. I think it's the Premier League saying, "Hey guys, we don't want to bring hate towards the refs. Calm down." And then these guys get paid, and they get paid.
Well, I mean, have you heard?
And there's no punishment. Like Oliver fucked up the Arsenal game, the whole debacle with Lewis Kelly, gets the City. Which game did he get next? It was Liverpool Everton, and he fucked it up, and there's a whole controversy thing.
What was the fun one?
Like the 2-minute extra on top, like with Cancino.
Okay, but whole game. The reason why they gave 2 minutes because someone was down in the actual extra time.
I know. No, but they counted it. They're like that was 30 seconds. It's been 2 minutes.
Also, there was like 30 seconds left in the game.
Yeah. So it's like
I'm glad Moise got me points.
And then like he got like the whole controversy, red cards at the end of the game, fights and all.
He lost the game.
He lost the game overall. He lost the game. So there's no pun, and that's supposed to be your best like referee in this whole league.
But by the way, you're right. Like they definitely do reach out to Sky and whatever because I don't know which. I think it was Ferdinand or something. When one time he criticized Maguire like years ago, and he said his agent reached out to him, telling him like, "Yeah, you gotta take it like easier."
Yeah, they definitely do that. But Maguire got a lot of abuse.
You remember that era? You remember that Maguire era?
Even though I used to hate on Maguire, I used to feel bad for him because I'm like, man,
of course.
He's not the only one.
Yeah.
There's so many shit like. Now speaking about Maguire, speaking about United. United are almost becoming a joke so badly that I don't even want to talk about them. They're a joke, but like, I still want to talk about them.
Amram is like really taking from like Ten Hag's reign because he broke a new record today. Because by the way, I don't know how these managers keep breaking records at United.
Yeah, I know.
Because like new managers are coming in breaking new record. This is the first time Spurs has beaten them home and away for 30 years.
Oh my god.
And by the way, 1-0.
Wait, they did the double?
Yeah, they did the double. 3 years. It was 3 years. 3-0 Old Trafford, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 3-0.
That's the one Van der Ven goal where he just sprinted the whole the whole field. But so 14 games for Amram, 14 points, 4 wins. I said he wasn't going to get sacked by this season.
How many losses?
He wasn't going to get sacked.
Like 8?
I'm like I was saying he wasn't going to get sacked this season, but as this is happening. If he's going to still be at the job, the pressure for him to having to start next season,
heavy.
Or he's going to get fired like 10 games in.
Yeah.
Because the players, by the way, are not responding to him. Nothing.
But, okay, hold on. Well, you say that, but Wassim, I feel like the players are so shit. They're not responding to anyone.
No, but they played better.
Yes, they're bad tactically.
They played better under Ten Hag. You can't tell me
actually.
They're 15th. They're just as bad as under Amram.
By the way, they're 15th. They have a negative 7 goal difference. They scored 28 goals this season in 25 games.
Oh my god.
By the way, Everton have scored 27.
Like, people were saying...
Oh my god.
Leicester have scored 25.
Why don't we be playing Route 1 football?
People were saying he was going to transform their attack, or that he's going to get the best out of Holland or Xerxes. They're worse.
People don't watch football though.
They actually got worse. Remember Dalot and who's the left back? Mazraoui.
Yeah.
We were talking about them. They were playing
decently, yeah.
Yeah.
Mazraoui is not the same, by the way. People were saying, United fans were at least shouting, best signing of our season. Not that he has that much competition for their signings, but he's been horrendous.
But we talked about wingbacks. Remember we talked about wingbacks. They're what they have to do the second you get the ball, you start running. They don't do that still.
No.
Yo, you think Amram doesn't watch ESPN or doesn't watch Sky Sports when they're showing him, hey Amram, look, your wingbacks are not going.
But Zeiad, like at one point you have to start blaming the coach because like if you're that's what I'm saying today. In-game management does not exist.
Yeah.
So who's left back? Jet Spence for Spurs.
Yeah.
Jet Spence and Madison were ruining the left side, and Son is staying high and keeping someone pinned.
Yeah.
And like they're playing together, and the amount of space. Like
today's game was so off. It didn't feel like a Premier League game.
It did not. It was so slow.
I know. Slow. It felt like counter.
Yes,
counter.
It was not
counter. Oh my god, let's run back.
There wasn't anything happening.
By the way, when your midfielder is sprinting back constantly, you know something is wrong.
Of course.
You can't be constant. There's no control at all whatsoever. And then like Casemiro gets on the ball, and Casemiro is such a donkey that like he always gets dispossessed from the back. There's no structure. Listen, the structure is horrendous.
You're asking a midfield of Bruno and Casemiro to control a game.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. Yeah. Change your shape. You really want to instill control in a game. How you put a Casemiro next to Bruno Fernandes?
So okay, I get managers wanting to stick to their philosophy, but I don't get managers sticking to their formations.
Exactly.
Why do you have to stick to your formation?
You can have the idea of how you want to play.
But be fluid.
Oh,
I'm playing five in the back. Wing backs. Yeah. Okay, dude, it's not working.
It's not working.
You don't have the personnel for it. Now what are you gonna do? You gonna keep playing it?
You know what it is? He probably genuinely does not know how to coach another formation. Yeah. Which is that's a whole other problem on its own.
The whole thing, by the way, United have gotten now have an injury problem. Before he had options to maybe I will take out this player, put this player, maybe change formations. Now he doesn't.
Look at the team. Look at
the bench is just kids. Two of the Arsenal people they bought, which I think both are mid, by the way. I can't wait to see them in action properly.
Listen, I think I know a little bit about football, and if you know about football a little bit, go to their bench.
I was literally doing this right now.
If you can name, if you know more than one or two, more than three, let's say, Morehouse,
Lindelof, and Jack Fletcher and Chido Obi Martin.
I know the Haven guy too, just because he's an Arsenal youngster.
So Chido Obi Martin is the guy they've been hyping up on Twitter. He came on with 3 minutes today.
Look at their injury list.
I know.
This is crazy.
But let me tell you something.
Even the injuries, they're bums.
Who's gonna come on change exactly? Who's gonna come and change the game for them?
Yeah, no, but what happens with United now? Like, you can't say go to the transfer window and buy it. Like, I'm sorry, they've spent so much money on shit.
For me, if I'm like an owner or whatever, sporting director or they're like the board member, there's a red flag waving that my coach doesn't want to change the way he was playing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get you players that play only one style. See, the style fails and I have to sack you. So now I'm stuck with a manager that has to play 5 at the back.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
And to Namnam's point, if they're not sure about him, you fire him in the summer, get a new manager, and buy that manager's
immediately.
players.
I think United are too concerned with outside noise. People are going to be like, wow, I wasn't given a fair choice.
Because there's no reason for the new manager after Amarim to have to play with Ten Hag players and Amarim players. You might as well just at least fire Amarim and get one in the summer if you want like someone to buy. Because the issue that they had was they invested in Ten Hag players, then they fired him like 1 month after, 2 months after.
Yo, Amarim comes out after the game. He's like, my job at Man United is so hard. Yeah, no shit. We all knew the United job is hard.
Yes.
Listen, you go to United to try and to get paid
Exactly.
I swear to God, that's what I think what's happening.
His interviews, by the way, are the funniest.
Yeah, I know.
He is way too negative, by the way. At some point, you might want to like big up your team.
Yeah.
Maybe talk things into existence. He's just shitting on himself, the team, the club.
You know, this is him trying to buy himself time. Like today, they brought the camera on him, and first of all, I think he didn't make subs not because they're kids. It's because he's trying to tell the board, I have no option. It's not my problem.
Yeah.
Second of all, there was a point where he was like staring at the floor.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
This is all camera work.
Yeah. Managers these days know the camera.
Yeah, imagine you're walking through as a player. You look at your manager like this.
You didn't.
I'm walking off the pitch.
No, you'd be like, oh, what the fuck? My manager doesn't believe.
What am I supposed to do?
You should be putting your head down, taking heavy breath. You're not like sprinting down the field.
No. I believe Amram thinks it's you can't save it. I think it's an impossible job. Seriously.
So why would you leave? Do you not look at something before you join it?
Money.
Yeah, I guess.
I bet his wages got doubled. I bet his exit, if he gets fired. Come on, like if I saw $10 million, if I go in, I try, and I get fired, and I get him $10 million, I'm leaving. Thing is now for Umram is like.
So how did he get fixed? How do you know he get fixed? Then?
So I think the way to get fixed now is that you have to go through probably 4 or 5 years of dog shit again. But what you do is hold on. If you ever want to get back, I think you go to a manager that is like a Merino or like someone who for one season. That will come maybe clean up or something.
Yeah.
Don't go for tactics. Don't go for beautiful football. You don't need beautiful football. You need to win.
They tried the Mourinho cleanup. It didn't work.
But did it
not work? Because it's the man. What United think who they are. They think they're a city. You're not
exactly. Yeah, no.
Just understand that you're a shit club with shit players.
Yeah.
No, seriously, shit players.
Have to understand
look at the starting 11. Well, I swear to God, I looked at the starting 11. I puke. How do you watch that team?
The thing is, with Mourinho, they decided to side with the players. And they choose Ten Hag and Amram to like, we're gonna support the manager instead of the player.
They're crazy.
They're
crazy. They're actually crazy.
For my last job, I had a United guy that every weekend he would post about United. I swear to God, I didn't see his Instagram stories. He stopped posting about it. He's like, United, my love.
No
He's
way.
Done. People.
Oh my God.
But at one point, I'm not saying people completely fall out of love for the club, but your fan base shrinks. They're gonna stop buying your shirts. They're gonna stop coming to the games. It will happen. And if United go bankrupt. Because again, when there's fucking rats running around the stadium,
you don't have to call Bruno Fernandes like that.
But they really messed up because they wanted Tuchel last summer. Like it was known, and they couldn't agree on some. I don't know if it was like he wanted more control in the club or it was salary or something. They couldn't agree on that. You give a man like Tuchel what he wants. He would have fixed him. Yeah. He genuinely. This club would have been hovering maybe top 6 or top 4.
I think you can fix him. Listen, I think you go. This is how you go with the route. You start shrinking down your wages. So you sell Bruno. I'm sorry, sell Bruno. Sell your big players that have a lot of money, and restart.
But for some reason, I think that's easier to do like in basketball, like because it's only getting rid of like a lineup, right? Basically, here these guys.
With basketball, though, you have to tank.
And basketball gives you an option in terms of
because you don't have relegation in basketball, so like you can afford to tank.
You can play garbage and you're still ending the season.
They're so lucky that the relegation is so dead that there's
no pressure.
There's no pressure.
Yeah,
they're just tanking. I don't see the bottom 3 teams and Wolves to get 12 points.
Well, you know what needs to be studied genuinely? How did you manage to slide down the table after
that
the
much? Yeah.
Forget that much.
Yeah.
How did you move a spot down?
Yeah.
Stay where Ten Hag was. How did you step down?
They got worse. We when he first came in,
thought they were gonna get Conference League.
Yeah, remember that? I thought I was on last week.
Wow, no, United won Conference League now. That's what they were actually in for.
On Spurs, however, though, Vicario coming back did help them because that Forster and after that the Kingsley area, Vicario could control the play from the back and doing saves. Maddison came back today, so they played a bit better. Even though outside of the goal they scored, they didn't create that many clear-cut chances. Because and honestly,
they were sloppy, man. They were really sloppy.
It was a game between 14th and 15th because outside of the Onana mistake, that was the goal.
Yeah.
Tells had
a very mid-table game.
Tells had some bright spots, but my God, his final third decision making from the shots he was taking to some of his passes were horrendous. But that's also going to be Spurs. They beat a dead United team, so I'm not expecting that much. But Vicario is going to help them, at least things at the back.
Yeah. No, 100%. The keeper situation was horrible for them. A lot of keeping mistakes. But again, like you said, 14th and 15th. What do you expect? The game was not structured. There was no formation. No, I'm sorry. The team were not compact. So, for me, United have to restart, man. I would sell... Bruno, by the way, he should leave. Why the fuck are you there?
He has a nice contract too, didn't he?
Oh, true.
Contract?
I think so.
Yeah, true. He has a nice contract, yeah. United are dead. I really think, I think they should fight Amram by summer. Or even
Again, the thing is, who do you go for?
Who do you bring? That's true.
But this is the time to sack him because this is the time to rebuild. You're stuck between Ten Hag's team and you're stuck between a team that plays a back 4 and a back 5.
Yeah.
So bring a coach that will now come and make it his own way.
I would want to bring a coach to be yo, fuck your philosophy, fuck everything. I want you to come and do whatever you can with this team and win. Which
is honestly why I respect Maresca. This season, as fans, you've been begging for 2 players to get binned.
Yeah.
From last season, Chilwell and Sterling. The first thing it is isolate them, which
them
I respect completely. You gotta a manager you can always tell before he kicks the ball. Because you can tell from the transfer window who he freezes out and who he wants in the team. That's all.
Listen,
you freeze out Rashford?
Apparently he's not training well.
This team doesn't have...
for me, he wouldn't have to show up to training in this team.
Yeah.
Just come play the game.
Exactly. This team doesn't even have that many egos. They're just ass. So you might as well just get a Pochettino and just develop some of the players.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're not going to win now with Pochettino. But if you want to develop a team, at least he had a track record with how he built Spurs.
Yeah.
So you might as well maybe give him a shot.
I don't understand what's up with these managers coming in thinking their egos are so high to want to isolate they're almost their best players.
I think they gave him too much power, the board.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, we respect him for... No, but Rashford, sure. Maybe he's not training very well, but get him to train well.
Yeah.
Get him to be motivated. You think he's not training well because he doesn't want to train?
The whole
Rashford situation was nasty. This man was talking about Rashford after every press conference.
Yeah. No,
every press conference.
On purpose.
I know, but Rashford when Emre first came in, he put a tweet out and he was amazing first training session.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened.
He wants to make a statement. He thinks exactly what happened with Ronaldo. By the way, I hate Ronaldo.
How do you choose the best?
How do you choose Ronaldo to be the issue?
The most professional guy, by the way.
The guy that people can build off of. A lot of mistakes have been...
I think it's these managers are weak.
And they have ego, man.
Yep.
They're egotistical as fuck. Think about how egotistical they are.
I'm not saying they're not, but it's fake.
I remember especially.
They don't trust themselves.
Yeah.
Because if you're getting rid of your best player because you're scared to deal with him.
Rashford, you should have taken care of him. You should have put your arms around him and listen, you're my best player. I want to kill him.
Enzo, in every press conference with Palmer, I didn't get it at first. I'm like, why is he doing this? He protects Palmer all the time. By the way, the press conference after the Chelsea game against Brighton, they're the fans noticed that he didn't go clap the fans. He's like, oh, I didn't notice that, but everyone could be upset. He will protect him till the day Palmer leaves that club. You have to.
You walk in, your best player is Rashford and Bruno. Rashford should be a guy. Your attack is dog shit. You're not scoring goals. He's the guy.
You're missing Rashford.
I really hope he kills out Aston Villa.
I think he will. He had a very good first game.
Good game, yeah, I know. I saw. But what do you guys think about top 4? Who do you think finishes in top 4? Do you think Nottingham Forest still gets there?
Mine would be Liverpool, Arsenal, City, and Nottingham Forest.
Really?
Just because I think Jackson is out for how many months?
He's out till after the international break.
Wait, international break?
March.
Because Nottingham have been a bit more consistent than Chelsea. And man, Chelsea fumbled their easy run, so I don't know like when they're gonna wake up. So I'll be more entitled to say Nottingham Forest fourth.
I'm gonna go Chelsea still fourth. I still think it's gonna be Liverpool, Arsenal. Sorry, Arsenal, Liverpool. I'm kidding. Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea. I think Chelsea will still make it. Nottingham Forest might drop off, but to me, it's like Nottingham Forest might actually still. Yeah, I think it's gonna be close.
You gotta remember, 5th place will probably get Champions League.
Why?
Because the coefficient rankings. Now England will get another place. Yeah.
So they make Champions League.
But I don't want that. I don't want top 5.
Yeah, I know.
God damn.
What a nasty way to get Champions League.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I still trust Maresca, so I trust he will change something. But goddamn, we're slipping. I didn't see us slow this year. We're 6th.
Yeah, you're 6th.
The whole year, bro.
But look at the point difference. It's not that bad.
It just goes up and
but
down
the issue
every week.
is, you see, look at the point difference. Next week, you're gonna sit down. It's gonna be like this now.
Yeah, more and more.
But again, I'm gonna say Liverpool, Arsenal, City 3rd, and Bournemouth is not sustainable.
No.
I'll say Chelsea 4th.
Chelsea.
Generally, not just because I'm a Chelsea fan, but the league doesn't have the quality for these teams to sustain. Bournemouth and Newcastle to sustain their level. It won't happen. And I trust Maresca. There's no way he lets us slip from top 4.
Well, we're not going to help Chelsea's cause when we don't score against Nottingham Forest in a week.
You play next week.
Not the next game, but the game after.
Wait, so what do you think happens to Maresca if you guys don't get top 4? Do you actually think he gets fired?
No.
No, right?
We will, honestly, I'll be
that.
completely honest too. Like with the football he played, like you can tell there is football being played there. You can tell players were improving at one point. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But I still think, just like the team's learning, he is a case of a manager where I'm saying he is learning as well. He came from a championship. And we have to remember, this is a guy that everyone laughed at. Oh my God, he came from a championship and he took out Chelsea. No one expected Chelsea to be here with him, competing for top 4, honestly. So, I've never actually thought a manager needs time. I think he needs time, and he deserves time. He's not like Poch last year. Poch at the end lost me. I was with him all season.
Yeah.
At near the end, I lost it with him because like we were no evolution. Maresca deserves it. Like I'm all for Maresca 100%.
Let's see how the season ends.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. But yeah, no more other games. We have Champions League in the middle of the week. We can talk about that later. And maybe, do you guys think there's a difference between saying fuck off and fuck you to a referee?
No. I mean, sorry.
Like,
yes, there is.
And okay, also, if the referee heard fuck you, but he is kind of hesitant on it, do you think he should send them off? Like, say you're like, oh wait, did he say fuck off? I'm not quite sure if he said it.
I mean, he probably felt disrespected in the moment, sure, but this is a red card. They have to rescind. Like, there's no way you keep the red card.
They will.
Okay.
But you just.
I know you're ruining the game. What can you
points.
do at that point? But
if you're not 100% sure, and he said fuck you,
we'll never know if he's 100% sure.
No, what do you mean? He's telling the players like, he said fuck you to me.
Exactly, yeah.
But you're not. I don't think you're 100% sure though. It's kind of far away. It's a loss. I don't know. Like he has been.
But you know what, Bellingham, I think also brought on himself because the game before he did tell the referee fuck you.
Yep, and I think that lingered on.
So man, refs are just like us. They watch.
Send up Bellingham, the motherfucker man. Talk so much shit.
At the end of the day, for me, I find it because soccer can't be filtered like that, or sports in general. I wouldn't say just give him a warning. I would say give him a yellow card. Say you say this again, I'm gonna give you a red card.
Yeah, I agree.
But give a yellow. You give him a straight red. It's like.
But again, if you heard a fuck you, I'm giving a red.
Because
at the end of the day, sure, within the sport, whatever, you can get heated, but the one thing that we understand is there has to be respect in the game. Otherwise, everyone's going to walk around and say racial slurs at this point.
I'm going to be cussing at the referees 24/7 until I get a yellow card.
That's the thing. I think that also Flick came out and said he doesn't think there's a difference between fuck off and fuck you.
But again, it's not his first language.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, I think Bellingham does that a lot. It's his attitude sometimes stinks.
It is, but I guess it's part of him.
Yeah,
it's part of who he is.
I mean, I don't know how I would be if I was a player.
Exactly.
Holy shit!
We're not calm humans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I can't really blame him much, but we'll leave it at that. Again, United disaster, but I don't think we're gonna keep talking about United that much.
No, I don't think so either. We're gonna move on.
If they keep losing, I think we're gonna move on. Yeah. They're gonna become irrelevant. And
man, if they were relevant, they would have been 10th. I don't know. 15th is just too juicy.
It's so funny.
They sold their soul for Ferguson in the Ferguson era. That's it.
They really did, eh?
Yeah.
Honestly, there was some Illuminati stuff going on with Fergie.
Fergie was nasty, man, and that club.
That man had unbelievable aura.
Listen, if you're
before the aura was invented,
if you're younger, go watch. There's a lot of documentaries about United and what they've done with the referees, how must if you abuse them. Remember that one clip against Arsenal where they
surrounded
the
ref? I was gonna say watch the game when Arsenal were about to go 50 games.
Yeah.
Yo.
And then it ended the unbeaten record at 49 games. That's the only game you need to watch to understand Ferguson's 26-year reign.
Antonio Reyes was getting mauled that game.
R.I.P.
In games where you would see like 20 million red cards, people getting deported from England for those times. A player like Gary Neville survived. To this day, that highlight, I do not know how he did not get a red card.
Yeah, I know. It's actually crazy. But we'll leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And check out the predictions we're going to do for the Champions League, which is midweek, especially the City, Real Madrid, where we're actually really excited to watch. And, none of us said he thinks maybe City turn around. Let's see how you feel in the next 2 days.
My prediction.
Yeah. No, but we didn't predict. Did we predict?
I think we said who's going to go through. And I said that game that Madrid were going to tie. But I said they would go through in the second leg.
Yeah.
But now, Omar is here.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. And peace.
Peace.
An hour 17. Not too bad.